Howdy everybody. I'm going to be doing another tutorial video today. Bear with me, my lens here on my cluster is a little dirty. That's one of my next projects. But anyway, today we're going to be talking about oil pressure. A lot of people have issues with their oil pressure switch, and I'm hopefully going to fix that today on my car. Got underneath the car and took a look the other day and noticed that I still have the factory oil pressure switch, so I'm going to swap it out. First off, I'm going to show you what it's doing. You start the car up, notice how it goes immediately and it pegs up past 80. It actually will stay at 80 pretty much the entire time, at least for 30 minutes or so. I drove the car the other day and paid attention to it, and it never came back down. It just stayed pegged above 80. So I'm not sure if the switch is just bad, it's not sending the correct signal, or what. Some people have said that it'll stay at 80 and then it'll drop back down once the oil heats up and thins out. But I drove the car the other day for about 25 or 30 minutes, and this is about where the gauge was stuck at. So hopefully we're going to fix that today, and I'm going to show you how to do it. It's pretty simple. Bear with me, I'm learning this too, but let me do a quick video and show you all how to do it. Alright, I'm back. I've got everything set up. What I did is I went to Autozone and bought oil pressure switch off of a 75 Corvette. Saw on DMC Talk that this oil pressure switch works in the same manner that the stock one does. I think the stock one run you about 59 bucks or so, and I paid 17 and some change for this oil pressure switch. That's going to be part number PS133. So it comes with thread tape already on the end of the threads there. What you are going to need is a electrical connector just like this, one of those little tabs that slide on. This switch has got a flat tab on it as opposed to the ring that the stock oil pressure switch uses. So I am going to get underneath the car now. I'm going to show you what we're dealing with here. So when you get underneath the car here, you're going to be looking for your oil filter, and your oil pressure switch is located right next to your oil filter. As you can see, this is a stock oil pressure switch. Just because of the round connector with this nut on top. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure this is the stock sending unit. So I've already loosened the nut up, so you're just gonna pop this wire off here. Here's the problem that I noticed while I was under here. Look at the room you have to work with here. You have no room to get a wrench on the switch because there's a nut on the back side, I believe. I can feel it up under the back of here. But you got your oil filter in the way. So what I did was I took, let me set this nut down and grab my pliers here. What I did was I took and I just set the pliers on the filter here with, because I really didn't want to change my oil and take the filter off, but I was able to put a little bit of pressure on it, and you can see that with a little bit of pressure I was able to loosen it up. And you got the belts in the way, you got this member, this connecting member here. and you've got the muffler in the way. So honestly, I think the only way to do this easily is to change your oil, take the oil filter off. That way you can get the wrench up on the back side here and come in, get underneath here. So I'm going to pause the video here, and I'm going to take this one off because you're going to get a little bit of oil that's going to come out, and I'm going to put the new one on. Alright, so I got the old switch off. 806-460-032-0291. But I guess that's where they want you to get that wrench on it. See, the threads are a little smaller than the new one, but hopefully this is the cause for the oil pressure being all wacky. So here we have a new oil pressure switch. Looks nice and shiny under there. I did have to finagle it a little bit. I thought that the threads were a little bigger in diameter, but it goes in there a certain way. It's kind of angled downward a little bit, so it's not actually perpendicular to the ground. So just be mindful of that. The nice thing about this one is that piece right here, you can put a wrench on it and turn it, so you don't have to get up under here. I did find that you can get a wrench underneath here to get to it if you needed to. But that's the new switch. What you're going to need to do now is take the wire. Take this wire here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that off. Just cut the end off there. And I'm going to attach a piece of... Oh, I might have to mess with this a little bit. But I'm going to attach that new connector on there so I can slide it right on the end. Alright, just to quickly show y'all what I did. I didn't have enough wire to reach that connector, so I fed it back up here through the top, and I'm going to reroute it because it was stuck underneath the exhaust manifold, and it was run up underneath there. So I'm going to reroute it so that I have more wire. But that's just a picture in case y'all need to see where it came out of, and so you can reroute it yourself. But it's attached to this wire harness right here that runs to the top of the motor, and it attaches right here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and fix the connector, and I'll be back. All right, so I've got it wired up. All right, my wire is barely long enough to reach that tab. I had to run it through this bracket here. I don't know if you can see it or not. Right where my middle finger is, right in there. I had to run it through that hole just so that it could kind of flow on down with the harness there, just to reach it. It's the bracket for the bracket that holds your muffler on, and it's kind of sitting on top of the alternator there. But if we come underneath the car, look at this. I mean, if my tab was on the bottom here, I would have had to run a new wire. But I got the connector hooked up and new oil pressure switch. So, all right, the moment of truth. Let's walk around to the front of the car. Let's see, it's a little windy out today. I'm gonna sit in here. All right, let's see what happens. Tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna shut the door because there's a terrible glare on the lens there. Plus, you won't have to listen to that annoying buzz. Yes, I still have my buzzer connected. All right, oil pressure. Let's see here. Going up, up, up. Oh, and we're reading it about, it was about 70, 65. Car's a little cold. And we're holding right around 70. So that seems to have fixed the problem. I'm not going to sit here and run video for 15 minutes so you can see it, but she's not pegged all the way up to the top of the gauge there, almost to the L. So hopefully that new oil pressure switch did the trick. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pull this lens off here. This is just really bothering me. My trip reset switch there. That's one of my next projects, and hopefully I'm gonna make a video of that as well. Look at that, 10,576 miles. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and hopefully I'll make some more coming up here. Trip reset. I'm gonna pull the console out here in a little bit, and I'm gonna do a video on that. My clock works, but I think there's a bad connection on the back side here. But anyway, y'all enjoy.